Hi, I'm Terry, and welcome to my weight loss journey.
Morning, it's time for my meal prep. I've got my 93% ground beef that I'll use for my breakfast. I forgot the liner. And then I'll put in my water. And if you want some seasoning, add seasoning. If you don't. I'm not seasoning it because I give this broth to my dogs. If you're new to my meal preps, I come in every hour and I chop up my ground beef. Like I said, this is 93%. I'm going to be using this for my breakfasts because I'm tired of shopping at two different places, which is the only place I can get the lowest carb yogurt and cottage cheese that I was using. So I just want to go to one place, and so I'm going back to meat for breakfast. So I will put these in breakfast sized servings when my meat is how I like it, the right doneness. And I will show you that part next. No, I'll probably show you the other part, the the pork steaks. I better get to cooking those. They've been sitting out for about an hour and a half. So yeah. Okay, so that's the ground beef, and I'll show you that part when it gets done. Hey, before I get started on the pork steaks, I'm going to apologize now because I have the dishwasher going. So you're going to be hearing the rumbling in the background. But we are going to get those pork steaks and 2 pork chops cooked up now. So I've got a big variety of seasonings that I'm going to use. I've got Montreal chicken. I have Slap Your Mama, some tahini, some Lowry's Total Seasoning, some onion salt, some garlic salt, some garlic herb and black pepper sea salt, and some ground white pepper. I'm not going to put all this on each of them. What I plan on doing is doing them each a little different, just for some variety of flavors. So, use whatever seasonings you like. I'm just kind of playing around. I'm going to put in a little bit of bacon grease just to get them started. I know they'll generate grease as it goes along. But I'm going to let this bacon grease melt. And then I'll show you the next step. Okay, I went ahead just for experimenting. I've got a pork chop. This is a butterfly pork chop. And I have my meter thermometer inside of it. Plop it right in there. I'll probably only be able to do one at a time since I don't know if the meter is supposed to touch the surface. Hang on. Well, we'll try that, see how it goes. I'm going to put a little bit of seasoning on this end. I'll use the total seasoning. I'm going to put a little Slap Your Mama on here. Don't worry, Mama, I don't want to slap you. And then some Montreal chicken on this one. I'm going to cover it. I'm going to set a timer for 3 minutes. Timer, 1, 2, 3. And I'll get back to you. 3 minutes later, and the internal temperature is 65. So this is kind of cool. I'm experimenting. Come on, feller. Okay. Now let me season this side. What did I use? Well, here's some garlic salt. And there's some of that garlic and herb. I don't remember what I used. I'm just grabbing stuff. I do want some over there salt on that. right, I'm gonna set it for 1, 2, 3 minutes, and we'll see what 3 minutes gets us again. We might get kicked off. I'm not sure how it's gonna work, but my timer went off and my meat thermometer says we have 1 minute left. It's like at 1:20 something. So I'm just kind of updating you. The thermometer now says remove the meat from heat. So I'm going to go ahead and sear it though, because that does not look done in the middle of that spot. But I know it's telling me it's done, or well, it's telling me to remove from heat because I probably need to let it rest for it to reach the full internal temp. I need to pull that thermometer out though, because I don't want it kicking us out. There we go. I just wanted to kind of experiment and see how it would work. So knowing now 3 minutes for these big, thick pork steaks is apparently what it means. So now, like I said, I'm going to sear it a little bit. Or pork chop. I don't know what I said. Pork chop, not pork steak. So 3 minutes and 3 minutes will get it to the right thing. So I'm going to let it sear for a few minutes. I'm going to sear that center part where they butterflied it. Get that seared okay. And sear some of the outer edges. Okay, and now I'm going to put it in here and just let it rest, and it'll all come up to the right temperature when it's as it rests. So now I'm going to cook at the other pork chop, and then I'll come back to you whenever I'm doing the pork steak. This way you don't have to watch me do this one. Hey, you know me, I'm all about having real conversations. So while this has a minute or so left on it, I just want to talk to you a minute. You know, even though I've lost 150 pounds, I am still in my severe obese mindset. So I look at things, and I'm 187 pounds now, but I still look at things like I'm 300 pounds. Like I'm sit on a chair or look at a step stool, and I question, is this going to hold me? Everything I do, size. I look at the size of a bathroom. I'm like, am I going to be able to fit through this door straight, or am I going to have to sidestep in? So wherever you are on your journey, whatever size you are, after 3 years of being on this journey, I still feel like I'm 340 pounds. That's how I feel. I still look at myself in the mirror. I still judge things, spaces, weight. I still judge things based on that 340 pound mindset. So I look in the mirror and I'm like, yes, I see my waist is smaller, but I see the hangy skin. I see that instead of my boobs being out, they're down and flat. So I just want you to know, because I didn't see videos where people talked about that aspect of it. After the weight's gone, it's not automatically, and don't get me wrong, my weight is not all the way gone. But after you get in the, closer to your target goal, you're not going to automatically feel like, okay, I'm there. This is where I'm meant to be. I am all settled in and life is great. Now, I say that, let me add, because I've had such a large amount to lose for so long. So if you're somebody who has a less amount of weight to lose, you may not have the same physical and mental issues that I had. So you may not have the same issues. But I just want to be real with you all and let you know like when I was at that meeting this past week, it's the same bathrooms that I went into when I was 340 pounds, and because I've been going that place for 10 years, and I still think, oh, I better use the big stall because I can't fit in the little stall and back up enough because my belly sticks out, so I can't close the door. So those mindsets, that all doesn't shift for a long, long time because I'm still working on mine. So I just wanted to have that conversation with you all, and for those of you who do have a large amount to lose, you're not going to all of a sudden look in the mirror and be like, oh, I look like a girl on Instagram, or oh, this is my dream body. Things don't look the same when you've been really big as once you get to where you're going. So I just want to be real with you. The belly hangs, the belly hangs, the boobs hang, you get the back wings, the thighs, they hang, you're all meaty, and that's just the way it is. That's how it is. So, but you're healthier, and you're going to live longer, and you're going to be able to do more, and you'll be happier in the end. So that's just my little tidbit, and real talk while my pork chop is finishing up. Okay, time for the pork steak. I'd added some bacon grease while I was doing that pork chop. One of my pork steaks, I've got a thermometer in because I'm just kind of trying out to make sure I'm on the right track whenever I do these, for 3 minutes covered and 3 minutes not covered. So, let me kind of get it in here as flat as I can. I'm going to set my timer. Let me season it. I'll use some ground white pepper. Whatever's open, then I'm going to leave back here so I remember to use it. I'm going to put a little tahini on this one. This is just kind of like a lime, like a citrus kind of flavor. It's really good. I'll put a little slap your mama on it. And then some onion salt. So I'll keep these 4 seasonings so that way I remember what to put on it. Now I'm going to cover it for 3 minutes. And I'll come back when it's time to flip it. Here's the inside of that pork chop. Doesn't that look nice? It says it has like 6 minutes left. My timer went off. It's been the 3 minutes. I'm going to reset my timer. Okay, the timer just went off and it has 10. It says to remove from heat. And so for the pork steaks, I need to do 4 minutes and 4 minutes and not 3 minutes. Where's my tone? Where's my tone? Alright. So I'm going to remove it from the heat. I'm going to have to dirty up another thing. There we go. Alright. So for the pork steaks, it'll be 4 minutes and on one side and 4 minutes on the other. That's what I'll do with those. So that's what I'm going to do going forward. 4 minutes and 4 minutes, and then let it rest for all the rest of them. For the pork steaks that are done, I think I have 2 left. But anyway, so for the ones that are done already, I've got it cut up into bites, and I start the process. They'll be 6.5 pounds, and that's what my servings will be throughout the next week or so. My ground beef is where I like it. So now I'm putting it in my 6-ounce servings for my breakfasts for the week. Again, this is 93% ground beef, and this will be my breakfast. It varies from week to week. Last week I got 10 servings. This little one is 4.5 ounces. I don't know. Who knows? I'll eat that at some point. But yeah, that's how much I got out of 4.5 pounds of the lean ground beef. So that $13 family pack of pork steaks made 13 meals. So that's $1 a meal. That's pretty dadgum good. There's 6 ounces. So I put a 6 on it for 6 ounces, and PK means pork. Because when it's cold and stuff, at first I can't tell the difference between beef and pork steak bites. So anyway, so yeah, that's what I do. And that's $1. Each one of those is $1. So there you go. And trying to be mindful of your time, I will end the meat portion of my meal prep here. And you can watch the next one, which will be the vegetable portion.